Hey friends, Derek here from B.O.M Socks with more B.O.M Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ one bite at a time. So as we've talked about this idea of rebuilding the temple, and I've tried to compare it to the idea of rebuilding a damaged life, there's some principles that are very similar in those ways, and you're going to see a lot today, as I really believe that if you're trying to rebuild yourself, who you choose to associate with and who you choose to invite into that process is absolutely crucial. For example, you go to Ezra chapter 2, and in the chapter heading, it says, faithful people contribute to the building of the temple. We're introduced to a guy by the name of Zerubbabel, who I mentioned earlier this week. Yeshua, Nehemiah, who we will talk about later on. These are faithful individuals who are building the temple. But whenever you are trying to build, and we'll talk more about this later on, you're not always going to have the best people around to try to help you. You go to chapter 4, and it says, verse 1, the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of captivity builded the temple unto the Lord God of Israel. And they wanted to come in, they wanted to help out. And so verse 3, it says, Zerubbabel and Yeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord God of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, hath commanded us. It says, then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in their building. And verse 5 says, and they hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose. So there's a couple different ways that I've seen this interpreted. One of them could be that there were genuinely people that wanted to come in and help out, but these guys did not trust them enough to help out, so they did not allow them in to help. There's others who simply just wanted to frustrate the work. And so like, we want to come help you, and they're like, no, we're not going to let you help out. So they tried fighting against them. So again, who you invite in to help you in the rebuilding process is crucial. Now you get to chapter 5. I love what chapter 5 teaches about this principle. Verse number 1, it says, then the prophets Haggai and Zechariah, it says, they prophesied unto the Jews that were in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of the God of Israel, even unto them. Then rose up Zerubbabel, who we talked about, Yeshua as well, and they began to build the house of God, which is at Jerusalem, and with them were the prophets of God helping them. So in this process, again, I hope you are involving the prophets of God. One of the best ways to do that is the way we look at General Conference and the way we look at the words of prophets in our lives and the way we choose to follow the prophets. There's a lot of talk lately about the fallibility of prophets. Yes, these are men. These are individuals who are humans just like us. But I love that mantle of prophet, that the role of a prophet is here to help people. And as you involve those prophets to help you out, you're going to see a lot of good things through that rebuilding process. Now in chapter 7, we are introduced to Ezra himself. It says that Ezra is a priest, and so he is allowed to be able to go in there and help rebuild as well. This is later on. This is a couple generations later through this. But Ezra, I love what it teaches about him in verse number 10. It says, for Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of the Lord and to do it and to teach in Israel statutes and judgments. So the cool thing about this is Ezra's goal is not only to just rebuild the temple, but it is to, and there's 4 things here, to prepare, to seek, to do, and then to teach. And I love that right there, how when you're trying to rebuild, you invite people in who also have been prepared to help you out as well. So again, just this kind of principle of who you invite into the process of rebuilding is crucial to the success of this beautiful project. So be very careful who you choose to associate with, and I think that'll absolutely bless your lives as you choose Christ-like mentors and Christ-like friends to be able to help you in that process to rebuild a damaged life into something that is truly amazing. I know that's true. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thank you so much for sharing these messages. We're grateful that you do that. Please, if you haven't already, go check out our amazingly comfortable gospel-themed socks at bombsocks.com. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Godspeed. Bye-bye.